What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we have a pair of beat up Chicago tents. Well, that's what they're supposed to be, but these gotta be some type of Chirac old block edition type shoes. And as you can see, they're all types of fucked up, so let's just get into it. So before anything, we're going to give these a deep clean, and we're going to start by putting in a shoe tree. But don't forget to pull out the insole so you can clean that too. Ugh, I touched that shit.
That shit stank, don't it? Ugh.
Yes, LeBron, they do. And that is why you should wear gloves. But I don't, because I'm dumb. Don't be me. So when cleaning, I like to start with a soft bristle brush. Even though the shoe is leather, the soft brush gets it all bubbly and shit, and it starts to lift up some of the dirt. So when using the medium brush, this is where I start focusing on the leather while trying not to touch the fabric parts to not fray it. Now that I'm done with the shoe itself, it's time to clean the laces and the insole. Now that everything is clean, it's time to put everything in a laundry bag and throw it in the washer. Once the shoe comes out of the washing machine and dries off, now it's time to start prepping the shoe. Now that we're left with just the midsole, it's time to take out the air unit and remove all the old glue. If you can't get the air unit out with your hands, get some acetone and a cotton ball and use that to help get out the unit. Once you're done with the midsoles, now it's time to do the same thing to the uppers and get rid of the glue using cotton balls and acetone. Now for the exposed leather parts, I like to use a Dremel to get off all the old glue and provide a new surface to apply glue on. Also, do not forget to remove the glue on the bottom of the shoe. So here's where things get a little funky. The owner of the shoe is like 6'3", 240, old lineman looking dude. And as y'all can see, the air unit is popped and needed to be replaced. So I talked to him about it and we decided on getting him a brand new air unit. So I did him a solid and got him a full-length zoom air unit. Now, after looking at how big it was, I probably ordered a size too big, but it should fit fine. As you can see, the old air unit and the new one are not the same shape, so we need to do some cutting. So the next step is to trace an outline with a pen and start to hollow out the middle section with a Dremel and an X-Acto knife. A small tip that I would recommend to do if you're doing this is to cut as much as possible with the X-Acto knife, so you don't have to keep shooting hot plastic everywhere with the Dremel.
Perfect.
Since we're putting in a completely new air unit, this is going to take a lot of trial and error, so don't be afraid of cutting and remeasuring to get a perfect fit. There's really no secret to doing this, it's just a lot of cutting and sanding. Maybe the only thing I can say is to get the zoom unit to be as flush as possible to the contour of the midsole. I ain't trying to bore you with all that, so I'm just gonna skip to me being done. Alright, so here's the fully sanded down midsoles. Now it's time to glue in the air unit. I'm gonna be using Barge Infinity cement for my ghetto ass glue pot. Since we're dealing with an air unit, I have to be careful with heat. Air units will pop if you're lacking with the heat gun. So to start, I'm gonna apply glue on both sides. Wait 7 minutes to let the glue get tacky enough to stick to itself, and then I'm gonna clamp it together. Now after 7 minutes, it's time to heat up the glue. In this case, I can't really heat up the glue in the air unit as hot as I want to, so I heat up the glue in the midsole a bit hotter. I don't know if that makes sense, but like, it worked, I guess. So before I glue the upper to the midsole, I like to prep the upper for paint. As y'all can see, the upper has some really deep scratches that would show if I painted on top of it. So to fix that, you need to get some sandpaper and sand down the leather so it makes it not so visible. The next step I'm gonna do is apply the glue to the uppers and the midsoles. Usually I would recommend laying down tape to not get glue in the wrong places, but you know what I'm saying? I'm a G, so I ain't gonna do that. Once all the glue is laid down, I usually like to wait 2 hours or so to let the glue cure, and after that I'm gonna heat it up and put the shoe back together. Not gonna lie, this is kind of boring to watch. It's really just me heating up the glue and pushing the two sides together, so we're gonna speed through this glue job with some movie magic.
Bloody.
So here's the shoe glued back together. Now it's time to tape off everything that's not white so we can repaint the uppers. Now that everything is taped off, I'd usually say to start prepping the upper with acetone and cotton balls, but like the genius I am, I did it off camera. But once you do that, the next step is to start repainting the upper. Now that we're done with the white, it's time to touch up the black. Now with these Chicago 10s, the black is pretty resilient and doesn't always need a new layer of paint, but more of a touch up with some alcohol. Now I use alcohol in this situation instead of acetone because I want to take off the top layer of dirt without actually stripping down the black. Now after touching up the black and repainting the white, I feel as though the leather gets kind of dried out, so to replenish its natural oils, I apply a layer of Mink on the uppers. I usually let it sit for a couple days and then I wipe it off to finish the shoe with a layer of Krylon matte finish. If you made it this far in the video, I just want to say thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you didn't, don't fucking dislike it, bitch. But thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of the video.